As almost anyone who knows me can attest, I like bad movies. I don't mean the so bad it's good cult classics, I mean the ones that nobody else seems to see the good side of. Add to this the fact that I have always had a soft spot for video game tie-ins, and you'll be able to predict pretty accurately how I feel about the brand new Tomb Raider. Yep, I thought it was great, and I don't even care if I'm the only one.
I thought I saw Dad again.
I think I'm going mad.
Lara, your father's gone.
At some point, we have to face up to who we are, who we're meant to be.
I think I know where my dad went.
That's right in the middle of the Devil's Sea.
It'll be an adventure.
Death is not an adventure.
It's been a long time since I've seen Angelina Jolie's interpretation of Lara Croft, but newcomer Alicia Vikander steps more than comfortably into the well-worn combat boots. Gone is the low-poly caricatured body, the circle specs, even the iconic braid, replaced with an almost note-perfect version of the 2013 heroine, muscles, messy ponytail, and all. And even though we have the new Lara, this isn't just a big-screen retelling of the story we've already played through. Yes, she's looking to discover more about Himiko, the ancient and mysterious Japanese queen. Yes, she heads out on a ship called the Endurance and, yep, inevitably, ends up shipwrecked on the island of Yamatai in the middle of a dangerous part of the ocean. Inspiration has been drawn heavily from both the game and its 2015 sequel Rise of the Tomb Raider, but this is not the same Lara. She's looking for a different Himiko on a different Yamatai defended by a different group of bad guys. These ones, led by a different Matthias, are trying to find Himiko's tomb so that they can unleash her unspeakable horror upon the world. And the whole film really feels a bit like that. Like someone decided that even though the 2013 jungle setting of Yamatai would translate beautifully to the big screen, Rhianna Pratchett's Lara would not, so everything else was shifted slightly. The cinematic Lara is a London bike courier who, quite pointedly, did not go to university. While she still comes from a wealthy family, this one has chosen to go her own way and live by her own means, even if this means pawning priceless family heirlooms to purchase plane tickets. As you might expect, the story is far from original. Lara's father is missing, presumed dead, after embarking on a mysterious adventure some 7 years ago. Just as our girl is about to sign the papers to inherit the Croft fortune and effectively give up any hope of finding Dad, something happens that sends her off on an adventure of her own, starting with a quick exploration of the family crypt and then a jaunt off to Hong Kong. Then it's a case of popping on a boat, again, a different Endurance with a different captain, and sailing off to this secret island.
The first letter from my final destination.
I do have to make one observation here. The island setting is perfect. I swear, the movie treads through scenes that were lifted directly from the game. The twisted branches and vines, the cliffs and the beaches, whoever was in charge of the location for this one absolutely nailed it. Top marks. One thing that will get less than top marks from many people though is the action. In Australia, Tomb Raider has been classified M, which, unlike the US rating of the same name, means that it is appropriate for mature audiences with no actual age restrictions. Given that the next rating up is limited to 15 years and over, this Tomb Raider can be watched by children before they've started high school. And because of this potential audience, there is no swearing, not much blood, and the body count is remarkably low. Characters that you would expect to be the usual insane bad guy are instead a bit cranky but still completely coherent. When henchmen go on a rampage, there is no blood spattered across the lens. And something that I found pleasantly surprising, despite there being numerous occasions where the violence towards Lara could have become sexualised, it simply did not. Given that the 2013 version of the game was heavily criticised for an implied rape scene, this makes a refreshing, if unexpected, change. So yes, the lower age rating does mean that this is kind of action light. For something based on one of those gritty reboots we've seen so much of lately, Tomb Raider does seem to be lacking a lot of that grit. But that's okay. There are plenty of places for you to get your fix of blood, gore, and adult content. There are not many places for a teenage girl to find an appropriate role model who is fit, healthy, clever, and able to get herself out of all kinds of trouble. I'm also looking forward to the Fitspo websites cashing in on how to get Lara Croft's arms. And by that, I mean I'd like some advice on how to do that, please. After all that, Tomb Raider is nowhere near ready to be put on a cinematic pedestal, but to dump this one in the dismal pile of video game tie-in movies feels like a disservice. It's fun and enjoyable and hits a lot of the right notes. For fans of the franchise, it is obviously a must-see, and for the rest of you, it makes a good excuse to eat popcorn. Whether or not this marks the turn of the tide for video game tie-ins is yet to be seen. It is definitely a bright light in a notoriously dark area of cinema, but with John Cena reportedly getting ready to strap on the big guns of a certain Duke Nukem, it could still be a while before we're completely out of the woods.